So you guys will know who I am because it's all over my LinkedIn profile, and you've been watching the stuff on Digital Beans. So I'm Ben Pierce. I'm the relationship manager here at Digital Beans, and really happy today to be joined on Skype. We had to get through a few technical difficulties to make this happen, but Floortje is with me. She's the chief exec from Produced in Kent. So what should, in your mind, and I'll come on to my couple of bits in a minute. Do you think businesses should be doing right now to embrace what's going on, but also to set them up for the future of their business and when we come out of the pandemic?
Crikey, I think there's a lot of support that we can give in that in that respect, and we're of course building our whole B2B support package right now. It's at the moment it's finding the things to do to build in that continuity to make sure you push through, and then there's of course a whole period after
Yeah.
COVID hopefully goes away, where people will have to again scale up enormously or scale down. So there will be big shocks to the system. And I think we need to build a package that helps businesses deal with those shocks to the system. So that's what we're looking into right now. And hopefully that will be available for our members very soon. And of course, we will communicate to everybody about that all the time.
I think for us and for me, my personal opinion is two things actually: learn and engage. I think they are the two most important things at the moment. So take some time where you can, and take the opportunities of free solutions like what Produced in Kent are offering, and like what your local dot delivery is offering, to allow you to have the opportunity to learn about different ways for you to market your business and how the whole digital world works, because it is really important. And I think that has been stressed more than ever during this time, because let's just face it, the term's there and it's been there for yonks forever. You never know what's around the corner. And
No.
I think the most prepared businesses right now are actually the ones who have embraced digital. And I
Yeah.
think that's a really, really powerful thing. So anything you can do to join in with webinars, anything you can do to self-teach, anything you can do to make the most of free product or business listings. And on
Yeah.
top of that, social media channels and social media platforms are so important right now for a couple of reasons. A, to expose your brand to potential new customers, and to engage with your current customers or previous customers that you maybe don't know by name. There's so many residence groups out there, and there's so much opportunity with different social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, that it's incredibly powerful and important right now to make the most of what they can offer. Live streaming. Look, me and Flo, look, we've not set up this to look like the most glamorous video ever, although Flo, you are looking amazingly glamorous right now. We haven't overproduced it. It's raw. It's us talking to you guys, to people.
Yeah.
Engaging with your customers at the moment is so important. Even if
Yeah.
it gets to a point where you were mentioning earlier on about stock, and you had to make a decision. Well, do we invest more in tomatoes or mushrooms? At the end of the day, these social media platforms are perfect to ask your customers that question. Let your
Yeah.
customers help lead your decision making right now. There's so many people at home, lonely, bored, every emotion you can imagine because of what we're going through down to this crisis. So use this time to ask questions you normally wouldn't ask your question, to engage with your audience, to talk to people like me if
Yeah.
you want. More value for you to talk to Flo, to be honest, but anyone that you can sort of talk to, and communities you can get involved with, like Produced in Kent, like the Invicta Chamber of Commerce, like
Think that,
Canterbury
yeah.
Beard. Please just talk and get involved, because there are people out there going through the same thing as you. So it's not just that, it's also to get your business customers out there. Associations are there to help you. So that's my big thing right now. Don't I think the key term is don't go radio silent.
Well, I think it's important that we help as a membership
Yes.
organization to facilitate those talks and
Mhm.
to get that information for the businesses. So many businesses now are so incredibly busy just running their business
Mhm.
and staying on top of things.
Mhm.
So we are very happy to help in that respect and get some more market intelligence, if you will, to make
Mhm.
sure that they respond in the right way.
Yeah.
Also, not just now, but also going forward.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you, mentality after. I mean, this is unprecedented what's happening to us right now. We have never been in a situation like this before. There will be changes in behavior. There will be changes in the way we use technology. We use, online presence, digital to do our business, to communicate with each other. there will be different priorities coming out of this. You know, the whole work patterns will probably change. Whole, as you say, order patterns will probably change. The way people run their shop will probably change because
Hmm.
more people will discover, as you say, online ordering. You know, there's so many different ways we will go about things differently than we
Hmm.
do now. So I absolutely agree with you. Learn, take all the positive lessons from what's happening now, even if it's so incredibly difficult. But you can use the information you gather now to actually improve your business. Probably run it in a different way,
Hmm.
but hopefully improve it and get through this.
Yeah, and like we've had to do to, I say our businesses. Obviously, I've got bosses above me, but I obviously
Yeah,
play a part in a strategy. But obviously, as a chief exec of producing Kent, we've had to do that. We've had to adapt and change what we'd normally do, and sit down and go, hey, well, what do we do now? And that's what we did. And our decision on what we do now is right. Here's our key principles as a company. Here's our key business. Here's the in between. Okay, Digital Beans, let's scrap everything we're doing apart from the vlog when it comes to marketing, and instead let's do something to help businesses. Let's do something to help other local businesses, and let's do something
yeah,
that won't affect that won't affect our work time.
yeah,
And that's everyone got on board with your local dot delivery, and it's the same with
yeah.
you guys. You've had to
Well,
adapt.
yeah, it enforced our message. I think, if anything, it has enforced our message.
Mhm.
Buy local. It's so important to support your local business, to support that wonderful food and drink,
Mhm.
industry that we have here in Kent. You know,
Yeah.
that we're living, we're sitting right next to it, and often we're not using it. And why not? There's no real good reason why we don't.
And of course, you can see the list of places that do local produce. So helpkentbuylocal.co.uk.
Yes, that's right.
And if you want an online store set up completely free of charge, your local dot delivery. Of course, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. Actually, what's the link to Help Kent Buy Local?
Helpkentbuylocal.co.uk.
And your local dot delivery is where you need to go for that free online store put together by Digital Beans, and of course produced in Kent. Flo, the chief exec there. Thank you so much for jumping on and doing this.
Thank you for inviting me to this call, Ben. It was a pleasure and looking forward to the webinar.
And the last thing I think either of us can say is stay home, protect the NHS, save lives.
And help Kent buy local.
Love it.